Chapter 11, Schedule and Tags. To begin with, I want to clarify some of the people that you want to use at the beginning Autodesk, AutoCAD, architectural software. You don't need to tag an item in order to appear in the Schedule Autodesk Revit, the architectural platform. You can really just add schedule either, but you can't really just draft the schedule either. But this isn't a bad situation to be in. So, for example, if you have a typical door schedule, wouldn't it be nice to add a door onto the model and have the door automatically show up in the schedule? Create schedules, create material takeoffs, creating key landings, importing CAD legends, adding tags, creating custom tags, and key noting, creating schedules. Revit allows you to schedule the item based on the database or door. For example, they already have the most important, but you need to build with it. Need with the scene, with the funding, with the place of the door, and a model automatically tagged with a sequence door number. The power of building information modeling, where you know that they're going beyond 3D. Schedule don't stop at the doors or windows in Revit. You can schedule with any item that goes in the model, along with the schedule for the ability to quantify the materials area with the create with the schedule for the sole purpose of changing item for the model. Revit always has a two-way street with the first topic task with the creating with the most common schedule with the architect for the door schedule. When you proceed down, you'll be off the running. Good news, with the most important, you need to create with multiple schedules. Bad news is Revit produces schedules may not look like the company schedules at all, but but before we go further, the important note: someone will be able to perfect duplication company schedule, certain schedule, so you own that those you don't who don't have to go with the clear close as possible to change with that point knows with it's called for the boiling information modeling isn't a pocketed plotter. Give the glass gets started. I think you'll find creating using scheduling a wonderful experience. You're about to learn to save hours upon hours of work when maintaining 100% accuracy. Adding fields to a schedule. At the beginning, open the file that didn't complete previous chapter. Go to chapter 11 folder, file the procedures for creating a door with a schedule. Great. Grab a cup of coffee and pour a drink and follow along. Project browser, level 1 floor plan, create panel, view tab, click schedule quantities button, figure 11.1. Next dialog box shows in figure 11.2 allows you to choose the item would you like to schedule, select doors, click OK. Next dialog box lets you add the parameters required for your schedule. For the first, you'll add mark. To do this, select the mark available to field to the left. Click the add button middle of the dialog box. Move the mark field to the right. Shown figure 11.3. Add the rest of the following fields. You have the same height, width, level, the finish, frame, material, frame type, comments. Click OK. Your schedule should be similar to 11.4. Next step, to start organizing the data preferred display format. You have a long way to go, but when you finish, you use the schedule over and over again. Sorting a group because Revit the database, think of the building schedule, creating a query database because of exactly what you're doing, creating a sorter. You can begin to set your doors into the groups, having the tangible understanding where to get started before you never use the lowercase letter, clicking on the header or the title rows, change the name to all capital letters, shown figure 11 and 5. Select the rows and contain headers of the comments to mark with clicking the comments cell with dragging your cursor to the left cell is highlighted shading button, change the shading to basic gray color, shown figure 11 and 5. In the property dialog box over the category here you can return the scheduled property dialog box, click edit button, sorting group row, shown figure 11.6. Sorting group tab, schedule property dialog box, sort by level, click header option, footer option, title count, and the totals for the sort by drop down list, click OK, save the model. Next step of the group of the header information we'd like to, with the schedule include groups of the frame, material, frame type, and you'll create similar groupings. 11.6 shows clicking edit button, sorting the grouping row. Figure 11.7 shows sorting the schedule by level. Alright, controlling headers. Although this step is crucial for producing accurate, reliable, readable schedule with the important with the intent of the product schedule will look like with the schedule by using the ears of the CAD with the object of the procedure with the combined header comment with a small group under with the own header, similar to what you can do in a spreadsheet with the beginning control of the schedule header for the following step with the project browser. Open door schedule if you don't have it already read. Open top of the schedule with the door schedule with the header which includes mark, height, width, and level among others, shown figure 11 and 8. Focus your attention here. Go to the goal is to combine mark, height, and width and level into the group under the header of the door information. Do with this level cell with drag your cursor to the level. You select all 4 cells. When the cells are selected, click with the group button over the headers panel. Click with the new cell with the door type door information. When it denies the default Revit, well, we're all on caps. They aren't. Next procedure: rename the same header but won't change the value. Click mark header, change it to the door number. Click level header to the floor. Select cells frame material frame type. Click options, clear with the header panels, new header frame information. Now it's time to begin filing out some of the blank field where you can increase the product using schedule instead of going in the door by the model. You'll have a list of every door in front of you. Modifying elements in the schedule. Wherever the data flows model direction, create with the schedule with the data doors flow when the schedule to populate. You'll also be asking wherever the collected data for the input schedule to follow the doors. Learn how to populate a schedule, following along with the procedure in the project browser. Open door schedule. Click finish cell from the door number 101. Click PT for paint. Click finish cell below the one just changed. Click the menu. Notice that the paint in the list is PT. Click PT. Save the model. Let's see how it affects the actual door model. Perhaps and the door needs to be tagged with WD or wood finish project browser. Open level 1 floor plan. Zoom in the door with a corridor east wing is shown figure 1112. Select door and property dialog box. Scroll down with the material finish category. Click and find finish field with WD and click apply with the bottom of the property dialog box. Open the door schedule and note that 100B with a wood finish and save the model. In the interesting, not getting carried away with a mundane process of the filling of the outer entire schedule with the note with the process of applicable to every field with the type of the schedule, the main takeaway with the property of the populate with the schedule, either the changing with the data in the schedule itself. Finding schedule components such as the door and windows, change it here. There, next step, further modify appearance of the schedule on which you're working with using the schedule focus specifically groups over the changing them based on filters. Modifying the schedule appearance and stand with not everyone using the same font and headed with line work around with the border and schedules, although useful with not procedure will be evident in chapter 14, creating sheets and printing applicable with the point of this book. Objective of the procedure, examine what schedule is using as well with the line weight spacing applied to the schedule to learn how to adjust the appearance of the schedule for along the browser. They open the door, schedule opens with already property dialog box. Click edit over the button with appearance tab of the schedule property dialog box for the two categories. Graphic tag for the graphic category. Select outlines like medium line shown figure 1113. In text category, make sure the title and show headers are selected. Click OK. Your schedule doesn't change a bit, but you simply created a situation appearing for the schedule with apparently until you little drag it into the drawing sheet. As adding a schedule to the sheet, although adding a schedule to the sheet with a topic of chapter 14 process is easy for you to go ahead and do it now. Now let the cat out of the bag. Anything but any with how the sheets to come together. Perhaps perform the following. Project browser find sheets, all categories shown figure 1114 coincidental located directly below schedule quantities, and then right click sheets all with a click new sheet and select E1 30 by 42 horizontal shown figure 1115 and click OK. You now have a new sheet containing a blank title box shown figure 1116. New objectives, and with a quick drag schedule onto the sheet with a schedule fits with the easiest thing to do with the Revit project browser. Find door schedule. Click and don't be double click it. Pick and hold down left button, mouse button. With the left mouse button press, drag the schedule onto the sheet. Place it anywhere you see fit. When you move your cursor to the correct position, release the mouse button. The bottom hangs over the sheet with the OK with a fix in a minute. Notice of the blue break grip located in the halfway of the schedule of the same type of the grid, the grid levels and section pick is shown figure 11 and 18. Move the schedule split in two with a reconceive with a fit on the sheet with a quick nicely schedule selected with notice of the blue grip to the lower left shown figure 11 and 19. Pick with the grip and drag and you can slide with the schedule so that the length is each adjusted up and even and down evenly. Zoom in the top of the schedule shown figure 1120. Select the schedule. There are blue triangle icons each cell with the title with the pick one over the comments and with the drag it with the comments header is now readable. Or you can make two more adjustment schedules after placing it onto the sheet, but they involve the rotating join with the two columns back to their schedule that isn't already selected on Modify Select Schedule with the graphic tab, the rotation on the sheet menu with the option bar shown for upper left figure 1121. You need not to change with the rotation you just noted on there. Also note that blue move grips upper left hand corner schedule. Pick one and drag column back over the top. Other columns automatically join back together. Save with the model. Single down on the concept. Let's create a window schedule with it. If you go like backhand, make your own. Compare it one with the book. When you finish it with a C with it, go to the right. If you would rather go step by step, that's fine too. Just follow along. On view tab, click the schedule quantities button next to the the right schedule with the project browser new schedule. Next dialog box, select Windows, click OK. Schedule property dialog box, filing fields, type mark, type width, height, still height and level. Go to sorting group tab shown figure 1123. Sort by type, mark, add footer, title count, and total selected. Choose level, then by drop down list, select grand totals option, and select title counts and totals. Select itemization every instant option. It should be checked with the default figure 1123. Click OK with the get schedule with the result. Sometimes you want items based on the field, but not actual displayed that field. Here's how. Select the cycle level second. Select the cell level column and show figure 1124. Click hide button, hides the column, save the model. Phew, I think I've got you get the picture of the field created with a bunch of schedules of your own practice. It does make perfect less venture for the not creating material takeoff with a shame to have all these computations unused. Creating material takeoff with creating material takeoff similar to the creating a schedule. The only difference is with the breaking down components and scheduling smaller pieces. For example, you now have the schedule with all of the doors and models you just did. But the material takeoff with the quantity of the square foot with the door panels and glass for the panel, and take other step forward. Further, you can take material take off the wood floors, any other building component for the other quantity. Objective of the procedure is to create 3 different material takeoffs: one for floors, one for walls, one for floors, one for roofs. Let's get started. View tab, click schedule material takeoff, shown figure 1125. The new material takeoff dialog box, select walls, shown figure, click OK. In the next dialog box, add the following fields: material area, material name, and count. Select the sorting group tab and then select sort by name and material by name. Add footer, choose title count totals of the menu, shown figure 1128. Save blank line option, bottom dialog box, create total title count and totals for the menu. Click option every instance, click OK. The next step at the beginning, some of the totals on your the first thing you're going to do, have the automatically format column to produce independent total of the breakout of the top of the drill with a specific line item totals. In the property dialog box, edit button next to the formatting row, begin with the material takeoff property dialog box, shown figure 1129. Field to the left, select for the material area. On the right, select for the calculate totals, click OK. You now have the total area at the bottom of the takeoff grid, shown in figure 1130. Next step of the breakout with the takeoff of the small, with the make small, specifically the takeouts we need with the provide with the calculations based on almost all of the formulas you need. Create with the calculated value field. Objective here with the create a separate schedule with the plywood and gypsum when adding the new variable schedule contain formula you create. Yes, it's hard as it sounds, but after you get used to the procedure, it won't be bad. Perform the following step with the project browser. Right click with the wall material takeoff, so with the duplicate, shown figure 1131. Right click with the new view on the project browser. Rename the view plywood takeoff property dialog box, edit button, filter row, filter by material name, menu with the right and set equal from the list. Field below with the material name, select plywood sheeting, click OK. You take off, it should look like 1133. Next step of the breakdown, plywood 4x8 sheets. You need to have the formula based on square footage, but given in Revit, divided in 32 square feet with a come up with the plywood totals, plywood takeoff schedule with the project browser, project dialog box, click edit button, field rows, field tabs with the material takeoff property dialog box, click with the calculated value button, shown figure 1134. For the name and the number of sheets, make the discipline set with a common, make sure the type is set with a number. Add the following formula: material A 32SF or material A 288SF. Click OK. Select formatting tab, shown figure 1136. Select new field for the number of sheets. In field formatting section, calculate tools field format button. Detail use the default, shown figure 1137. Change units to fixed. Make sure rounding is set to 0 decimal places using digit grouping. You click OK. Select sorting group tab. At the bottom of the grand totals option, selected already. Click OK. The material takeoff resembles 1138. Wow, not too bad. Only for the drawing on a bunch of walls. You can see with the using the schedule material takeoff of the material of the Revit adds value. With the application of the value doesn't stop there. You can same with the function create with the legend drawing keys as well. Creating key legends and important CAD legends. Here's the problem with the Revit. At some point, you'll need to add a component with a model that is associated with anything. For example, the door, whether you would like to evaluate the sheet on the door schedule, you don't want to, for the door to include with the schedule, but you're sure you don't want to have the draw of the wall just to display it. This creating a key legend comes in play. Adding legend components. The objective of the following procedure with the creative of the key legend, adding elevation of the doors there, you with the model with the understanding with the legend can make for the number of things. It can be a list of abbreviation, can be comprehensive with the number system. Keyed off modeling item itself, it can be graphical representation items that have them in place for the model with further detail and coordinating another special aspect with the legend. Single legend may be needed to duplicate with the multiple sheet drawing sheets. You know how but this is the problem when you're Revit creating a legend. However, you can round this issue. Follow these step is to create with the door type legend, view type of the legend, legend button shown, figure 1139, right click legend, project browser, pick new legend. Next dialog box wants you to specify the scale 1/4 inches equal 1 foot, and click the view door type legend, click OK, congratulations, you have the blank view. That actually was a good thing. Think of the cleaning state when you're drafting, add components, throw together the other legend. Throw together a legend. And the next step being added components, you go to the Annotate tab, Detail panel, Annotate tab, Component, Legal, Legend Component button, the Options bar, Door, Single raised panel with side lights, 36G and 84 inches shown, figure 1141. Chain with a view, elevation front, pick of the place, the elevation command still running, you can place another instance. Change the view of the floor plan, pick another instance of the door with the elevation, figure 1142. Revit that produces snapline left side alignment, options bar, host length of 6 foot 0 inches. With the band still running, place for the door and double flush at 68 and 84 inches. And right over the first door, make sure the view is set with the elevation front. Place corresponding plan just above the door. Make sure the host length is 6 foot 0 inches. Next step is to add some of the text for the attempt for the label of the door. The items can be labeled with the disadvantage breakaway with the model, basically the dump sheet from along the text panel. Check with the text button to make sure the textile text 3 and 3/32 of an inch Arial. The leader is set as known and shown figure 1144. Place some text under each elevation label the doors type A and type B. Save the model. It's nice to have accurate blocks available to base some of the additive of the model at this point. By using Revit the method of building of the legend with the will remove the horror of stealing old legends from the other jobs. I think we all have known the nightmares of turning it into an aren't accurate. Plus, in Revit, you have a library of the doors you're using right at your fingertips, so you don't have to manage and update constantly. This will always be there. They'll be accurate. Next, you'll create some of the legend. You need to make a sheet that contains a typical sheet with this will be carried out in a similar manner. Adding symbol to the legend, as mentioned earlier, adding symbol to the legend, similar to creating a door legend. The only difference is if taking the symbol that appear on the sheet. But most companies have a sheet like this, and I'm sure it does too. The first objective of the create of the legend, scratching with the Revit tool. Second objective, import the legends tab, which makes sure that after completing the two procedures, can decide what approach of the base best for your firm. Using Revit, symbol of Revit that provided symbol to create with a new legend view with the Annotate tab with the insert of the typical components with the feeling brave with the head with the make symbol the key on the component file with the figure with the making and adding expect with the components you work together with the following with the procedure. Let's get started. Click the view tab of the legend button scale with a 1/4 inch 1 foot. Click with the new legend symbol legend and click OK symbol of the panel with the Annotate tab symbol of the button shown figure 1145. In the type selector, click the call out head in the view with the symbol of the command still running over the door tag with it underneath the call out head shown figure 1147. Place a room tag within the area, place a view title, and place a view title. The next step of the sum of the notes indicate with the just add the legend and we're adding the items. We're merely placing text leader on text panel, annotate with and click the text button. On modify place text and with the click of the one segment button is shown figure 1148. Click two buttons leader with the typical call out. Add the following notes, the rest of the symbols. And then typical door tag, typical room tag, typical view tab, view title. Now place the box around with the item to the draw 3 equal lines. Make for the grid of the trig draft lines found with the procedure. Annotate tab, detail line is shown figure 1150. Property dialog box in line selected in figure 1151. Draw panel, click rectangle, draw rectangle around symbols. In the text, in the draw panel, click the light button, draw 3 horizontal lines in the box. You don't have the equal space for the separated symbols. Place dimension string. Starting on the top of the rectangle, first line you drew the second line and third and fourth. At the bottom of the rectangle, click the EQ button and with the dimension string with the make symbols of the text for the proper position. Delete the dimension, click OK, next dialog box, save the model. Now you have the experience creating legends using strictly Revit components line with the time investigation hide with the pre-made AutoCAD legend imports, import AutoCAD legends. Just because you switch with the Revit, it doesn't mean you must throw over the decade regarding the typical detail of the legend. With the Revit, except for the AutoCAD, Autodesk microsystem drawing, GNN's files from time. Just fine. Of course, some of the tweaking you will go process down. I think you're heavily on this function. Object with the following procedure to create with a new legend field. Import the AutoCAD legend into the view. Go start with the chapter 11 in file interior portion legend drawing. Play for the drawing file on the system. Play for the entry with the tree. But later now there's these steps. On the View tab, click the Legend button, click the new Legend interior partial legend, make the scale 1 inch to 1 foot, and click OK. Insert with the Import CAD, AutoCAD drawing, partial legend drawing. 6 at the bottom of the Import CAD formats dialog box. Now they have a few choices. Colors, change the colors black and white. Layers, make sure the layers are set to all. You'll be able to manipulate AutoCAD layers after bringing the drawing file into Revit. Import units should be auto-detect in Chapter 18. Site topographically import a site. At this point, you'll have to modify the choice now. Leave it in the auto-detect position. Leave position set to auto center to center. Click OK. Import with the CAD file. Be zoomed with the view as it can be see it as you can't, so that you can't see it. For this procedure, CAD import and view manipulate with the data. To zoom in all, type in you can now see the import. Modify the interior partial legend drawing tab. Import instant panel query button shown figure 1154. Select line shown figure 1154. After you select line, Revit reports information to you about the line. Give it a chance to delete the layer. Click the delete is shown figure 1155. Click OK with all the lines of the layer gone. Press escape twice. Next step is to fix for the text if it didn't quite wrap to get correctly. Next to explode the import broken down Revit lines object. Select import again. Modify the interior partial legend drawing tab. Click explode full explode shown figure 1156. Select text metal studs at 16-inch on center with the top deflection track with a metal detail. 4. Pick the grip to the right, drag the text box right until the text wrap correct position 1157. Do the same with the other details and prop the wrap text. Save the model. Now that you've experienced with the keys, let's move to learn how to tag works Revit that would address along with schedules. Adding tags. You have halfway with the book, and probably notice that some of the text such as the tags brushed early in the chapter simply to avoid the come to an automatically in many items of the many ministry surrounding them where they do come from, and the Revit knows what tag associates with that, which element, and how the heck the Revit tag looks like your tags. And you can also see with the window looking at it itself, and the tag always puts the parameter on the item and puts out with the parameter on the drawing in a physical sense. Given the tags are how they label things, just start with the concentrate simple, then move to the more complex. First, learn how to tag what is already added. Wasn't added automatically. Or adding tags individually as you've been notified. Not everything you play with the model receive, especially moving the doors window with a copy of different floors with the objective floor policy with the added tags and individual object. With the first tab of the tag will be the category tagging by category. Tagging item by category means that the showing of the tag command looks over the entire object with the tag loaded tag with the created specifically for the object project browser level 2 floor plan. Zoom in the area with the corridor meets east wing shown figure 1158. On the tag panel, click the tag by category, shown figure 1159, and then show the option bar leader option, pick the door, shown figure 1160 if your tag is added. Adding tags down with the trait word constant. Keep it in mind, however, the doors and windows certainly not the only taggable items on the Revit. Tagging walls. Tagging walls are the most automatic lagging doors and windows. The only difference is that when you tag a wall, the tag is instantly blank. Initially blank. Learn how to tag with a wall file with a procedure project. In the project browser, go to level 2 floor plan if you're not already there. Zoom into the east wing, click the tag by category button. Make sure the leader button is checked. Pick the wall indicated in figure 1161. Many times you have the tag load, specifically item situation occurs. You'll get the message shown in figure 1162. If you want to load a tag, click yes, do. And if you don't, proceed to in the load family dialog box, annotation architectural wall tag. Click OK option bars leader option tag is leader to the wall. 10 on the architectural tab, the title bar with the tag pull down, click load tags button, tag dialog box, scroll down wall shown figure 1164, and load tags cell walls for the wall tag 1/2 inch, click OK, pick the wall again, you now have the wall tag, press escape, select with the new wall tag is blank, next to the blue item, click with the blue question and mark in the tag, the MC is shown figure 1165, click yes, respond to the warning changing with the type of the parameter, press escape, the tag by category, annotate tab, pick any other quarter or portion in the floor time tag, it automatically places an appropriate MC1 tag filled out. Suppose you would like to tag a number of same items on one shot. Revit lets you do the same in the tag all commands using the tag all command favorite among. Revit uses one of the most common examples to use the command with a copy to paste line multiple items higher level the floors. You must always miss a few tags, even all of the tags. This is where all the tags come come into play. The goal is next proceed to find the tag all feature and tag several items on one shot with the project browser. Go to level floor plan. Level 4 floor plan. Note that many of the doors and windows aren't tagged. Some of the reason for all the doors and windows aren't tagged. Select the tag and delete from these procedures. On the Annotate tab, click the tag button and show in figure 1166. And on the tag, all not tagged dialog box, click door tags, hold construction control key, select the window tag, specify that every door, window in the view is about to be receive a tag. Make sure all the objects of the current view radio button is selected in figure 1167. Click apply OK. It also sometimes goes without saying the tag all is quite valuable tool with available tool ability to reach component and when the tag specific material with the component tagging material with the tagging by material most one of the most unuseful underused commands of all of the Revit reason of the most people think as well with the tag drawn down box came some of the abbreviation of the letter. That's too bad because we can also think tags as meaning of placing notes, taggings, and items material one over the way to doing just that. Object with the following procedure: create the material description, then place a tag pursuant to that note. Project browser level 1 floor plan zoom in the kitchen area east wing tag button, Annotate tab, material tag button shown figure 1168. You may get the message stating that no material family is loaded with the model. You click yes button to load one. Browse the annotation architectural material tag. Click OK. Place cursor over the floor over the tile floor shown figure 1169. Tag reads porcelain tile 4 inches white. When you see the tag, pick up the point of the floor tile on the floor. Place the note to the right shown figure in the figure. Press escape twice. Modify select tab in the proper tab. Click edit. Click the lead arrow header filled 15 degrees shown figure 1170. Click OK to reveal the letter. Yes, that looks much better. The next topic we'll explore was where the tags come from and how you can create your own notation, simple and basic, with maintain graphical standards. Simple with example given to you on the Revit. You'll have a set of the dwelling looking generic. Immediately turn off your design team. Creating custom designs, as mentioned before, templates for the much of the Revit that work. Creating families, primary examples with a custom tag we must create with the family. Loading of the drawing tag, create a casework tag. Revit does provide one, but your needs is smaller with the base on scale of the need of the box surrounding it. To learn how to create a custom tag from scratch, follow along. Creating application, build a new family, browse with the annotation for the select with the generic tile. Click open. Welcome to Family Editor. The first thing you need to notice is the large block with the text in the middle of the view saying note the use settings family categories is set with the tags category insertion point with the insert reference play with delete the note before using great note that you'll need to start with the taking a device. Select note and when click the delete button, press the delete key on the keyboard. Click the family key category and parameters shown in figure 1171. Family category and parameter dialog box and casework tags are shown in figure 1172. Click OK. Notice the ribbon has changed. The only items available to design the aid of the creation of the family. Many of the buttons will go to the chapter 17, creating family. Now, with the interest to label the button, the text band create tab of the label button shown figure 1173. Click edit type button, bone on the property dialog box. Click duplicate, create a new label 1/16 of an inch. Click OK. The text category change text size 1/16 of an inch. Change width factor 0.8. Click OK on the model plate for the tag directly intersection reference plane. If you have the eyeball placement, edit label the dialog box. Select time materials listed to the left. In the middle of the edit lab on the dialog box, click add materials to the label. The button type marker parameter should appear to the right. It feels shown figure 1174. Click OK, press exit twice. Label has been added small, but there. The next step of the draw of the rectangle around this process, the text. The following procedure describes on how to create the line button, detail panel, the draw panel, and pick lines icon on the option bar. Change offset level to 1/16 of an inch. Zoom in the label the offset of the horizontal reference plane up to 1/16 of an inch, down 1/16 of an inch, is shown figure 1175. Options bar chain with the offset value 1/8 of an inch. Offset of the vertical reference left and right 1/8 of an inch is shown figure 1176. Trim the four corners. Press escape. Save the worst casework tag. Make sure that you save the file location. You can find it later on the family editor component loaded into your project button. When your new tag individual project can now use it because of the casework tag, you'll find on the casework to label as follows. With the project browser for the interior elevation kitchen north, you can also go to level 1 floor plan, zoom in on the kitchen from the double click of the elevation marker pointing of the north leg of the kitchen. Zoom in on the cabinet shown figure 1177 on the tag panel, annotate tab, click tab by category button, option bar, just select leader, pick the base cabinet in 2 drawers and 1 drawer. Move the tag underneath the cabinet, select the question, make the tag with if you see the one selected with the tag. Rename B2D at 1D as shown in figure 1178, then click yes. Because of the annotation family size change with the fluctuation scale of the chain with a scale of 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch, tag shrink with by half of the doing the following. The view control toolbar changing scale of 1/8 of an inch, 1 foot, 1/4 of an inch, 1 foot is shown figure 1179. Move tag up the closure cabinet, another tag of the cabinet to the right called B1D11. As you can see, with a huge step to beyond for the inserting the block 2D application filling out the attribute has nothing to do with the actual element of labeling and additional scaling feature works wonders where it comes to create elevations and large views. The next step is to explore creating a tab that will work in the situation needed to sort over the multi-purpose tag. Alright, using multi-purpose category tags, I think about it with the U with the door tag with the doors, and with the window tag with the window, wall tag with the walls, Jeep at the time, many different tags we need to complete with the set of the construction documents. Revit can create with a multi-category tag there will be same tab as aesthetically indicate with a common property with the element. Fortunately, Revit does not provide a sample multi-category tag, so you have to make one. The objective of the next step of the procedure to create a new multi-category tag with the issue with the various furniture I have mentioned earlier. You've created a new family by using the template. Doing so will ensure that using the correct data so that the family will have behave as expected. This is what you're doing right now. Choose the application button, choose the new family, and annotations will be located with a multi-category tag. Open a multi-category tag template. Because you've started with the family by using the template, ribbon has changed on the creating panel of the label. Click the label button, pick the endpoint, intersection 2 reference planes, edit label dialog box, add family, new type the name, parameters shown in figure 1180. Then family new row, family name row, click the break checkbox, click OK, application button, save as family and file somewhere. You can find it later called the multi-category tag. Family editor panel, click load in project, non-experience required 11 project, and go to the floor level 1, zoom in the northeast pro office of the east wing on it. The annotate tab, click the multi-category button, tag panel shown figure 1181. On the options bar, select the leader option is shown figure 1182. Again, options should select free end of your mouse over the feature of the item shown in the room. Figure 1182 tag reports information of any item which hovers with the plus entertainment unit left over the room, then 2 picks on the right unit. Click modify, select the tabs you place on the model. Click the edit type button, lead arrowhead, select the arrow, fill 15 degrees, click OK. Use grips on the tag, move it out of the way, adjust the leader so it looks like one figure in 1182. Adding another tag with an extended car crin Dezia located in the north wall of the tags as well. Add one more tag is shelving on the shelf the wall of the room, adjusting the leader, it looks acceptable. Using multi-category tags, agree with the label of the model. Nice way, because you need specific tag various elements the items can have, then different types of furniture casework. As long as they have the family name and the type of the name and label tab will work. Another way to record items of the model is adding keynote. The procedure is done with the conjunction with the schedule. Last section of the chapter focuses on this procedure. Keynoting has been constructed documents dating back to the pharaohs. Okay, maybe not that far back, but you can get the point. Revit does a nice job of determining the tracing for keynotes. The only issue with nothing goes back with the pre-keynoted. For Revit, keynote values need to be assigned each time. If your company uses the keynotes, all you have to assign with the keynote every item with the Revit into your template. The beginning step of the let's break down on the keynote. Let's start learning how to add keynotes to your model. Adding 3 different types of keynotes. Model with the keys by element, material, and user. Keynote element may be selecting objects replaced with the keyboard. Text procedure same on the tags objects except for the time and the information reporting with the construction specifiers institute. Formatted key or standard for using installation location. Before you get started with the exercise, make sure the keynote text file Revit is pointing in the following. Again, the annotate key with a click small down arrow tag word tag keynote settings. Make sure you mapped the proper text file as shown in figure 1183. Use keynoting element function following procedure project. Go to level 1 floor plan, zoom in the hallway, scone, light fixture, tag panel, annotate, ski, 11 keynote, shown figure 1184. In the type selector, click keynote, text, shown in figure 1185. Pick the wall scone, shown in figure 1186. Second point of the leader line, pick the third point, key point, and keynote text. Because no keynote has been assigned to the family, you can specify one now. Revit looks you specifying the keynote information assigned with the information through the property dialog box. By placing a keynote tag after the Revit, it will prompt you to specify the missing information. After you pick the third point of the Revit display with the key points menu, schedule with the figure 1187 and step with the key value with the cone family score division 26 electrical. Click with the plus sign. Click group 265100 interior light group 215100 B2 wall mounted incandescent fixture as shown in figure 1187. Click OK. Drag with the text to the right with you with the arrow note clear on the tag panel. Annotate see with the key element keynote again. Pick another well scone. Please place the keynote. Notice if the tag is consistent throughout. Click modify. Select the tab. Property dialog box. Edit type. Change leader or arrowhead to the arrow fill 15 degrees. Next step. Cell keynoting allows you to specify alternate keynotes for element to begin the physical open keynet text file, adding custom notes. Keynote by user. Sometimes you'll need to complete the keynote, although you should try with you stick with the CSI formatting. This will be the reason to add your own. First thing you need to do is how to customize keynote. Save your model code with the Revit architectural completely. Use text editor, open file text. Next to the path may be different, especially on the company network. Scroll down, listen until you've come to the number footnote 064300B1 3/4 inch plywood tread and risers. And click the end of the note, enter for the start new line, add for the row 064300B2 custom hardwood stairs 064300. Save the file, Revit keynotes, custom text, close the text editor, Revit architectural, open project file, go to the key next, save in the browser, the new text file, project browser, level the one floor plan, tag panel, annotate tab, clean keynote, user keynote, pick stairs shown figure 1189, keynote dialog box, your new keynote is at the top of the list, play the keynote, click OK. The stairs now have a custom keynote, and you have already kind of tagged imaginable. You have every kind of tag imaginable placed in your model, but you need to create one more legend to close the chapter keynote legend. Alright, creating a keynote legend. Creating keynote legend similar to the creating schedule. Sometimes there is a fine line between the schedule and what the legend is. Keynotes almost seem fall between the two concepts of either file. These procedures create with the keynote on view tab key legend. Keynote legend. Keynote legend is fine. Click OK. Dialog box appears. Keynote legend. Property dialog box. Two fields are available to both add with the legend as you need. With the click OK, legend is created. Well, this is easy. As mentioned before, if the data there is hard to create with a query with this display with the information one more address, the Revit looks at the information regarding keynotes and setting list. Keynotes and define keynote settings. Annotate drop down arrow at the bottom tag panel. This will allow you with the keynote settings button. Open it with the key settings. Keynoting settings dialog box shown figure 1191. Although you're going to change anything to noteworthy, default with the library location good because you've upgraded Revit. You have custom keynote files. You can move with the same directory. Revit will read it into the model. By specifying number and method by keynote, you share one of the keynote legend. By specifying by sheet, you can drag the legend into multiple sheets with the other keynotes visible on specific sheet. With the included legend, you can cover the process with the further detail. Chapter 14. As you see, many items of the tag keynote and schedule. If you feel that it could use some more practice, should get more schedule and tag key schedules. Are you experienced? Now you can create several different types of schedules. Custom field schedule with calculate values, critical, create material takeoffs, give it up. The second information added to the material, create legends, blank view, basically drafting items of the model. Import AutoCAD generated data, creative legend that looks exactly like your CAD. Create drafting sheets, adding schedule, manipulate schedule fit on the sheets. Add tag one or more additional to the tags automatically added with place on the components. Place tags and reach the component display different materials. Create custom tags and display any information. Chapter 12, detailing.